boards and so forth. Not a lot here. It may go with the NHSBA delegate. You know, it makes sense.
I'll put my name on it.
Okay, so we'll take the as needed off. Unless anyone else? Policy development representative, Tricia. Anyone else?
You just one for that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any, there's no guiding principles on that, is there?
Not traditionally, there's been a board member.
Was that, did that have an alternate? Was the representative previously Jim and the alternate was Todd?
I don't believe so. I believe that it was Jim. It happens during the day. And I think that Kathy would schedule the meetings around whenever the board member could make it. Could
Was
be
this
anyone.
school policy, not the school board policy?
School board policy.
This is school board policy. I'd be interested.
Why shouldn't we all be involved? Well,
I tend to think
only
so.
one person there. Who would they meet with?
The committee has been, well, it was a board member, superintendent, Mr. Harrison
The
was on.
principal was Bill Esty up until this year.
Right, so, yeah, that's right, Bill Esty had been on it, Mr. Harrison and Kathy.
Yeah. And really, most of the time, it's, Kathy does an excellent job keeping up to date with policies. And usually, it's legally required changes, recoding, or whatever. And we would then bring whatever work we do. Like, we're doing a bunch of them now that are recodings and words that now have to be put in by statute. And then we bring those to the board, and it's the board that approves those policies. We do a first reading, a second reading. So,
And last year, a couple times, we sent it back to the committee for clarification. There was a
yeah,
couple
I
we
mean, that
said
happens.
things
It's not always
clarified.
approved.
Oh, yeah, the policy, committee works on it, and then they bring it to the board, and it's approved, so. Well, we've got two interested members, so we have some nominations.
I'll nominate Trish.
Okay.
I'll nominate Dave.
Okay. All right, we want to do a roll. Dave, would you like to start this time?
Myself.
Tricia.
Tricia?
Tricia?
Public Relations Committee.
I had a question, what does this committee do?
It says entire board. Yeah, I don't even know if there's a,
I mean, is this something that the Hooksett School Board should look at? I'm not convinced that we entirely toot our horn enough. Like, not us as a board, but that we say all the great things that happen in the Hooksett School District every single day. Like, that we promote what we do. I just left a committee that said, when we were building this school, every week there was something in the paper about what was wrong with Hooksett. Why don't we try to say what's right with Hooksett? With what the schools, the great things that are going on,
well, it's got the entire board as the committee, so I guess, if we want, we can put that on the agenda, maybe to talk about how we can,
I think that we,
bring to the public's, public awareness, what's going on in the district. So, Dave?
Well, to a certain extent, doesn't that fall to the principals? If something's going on in a certain school, I mean, we've seen them comment in the paper and so forth. I think that a lot of times they're going to be more familiar with day-to-day, or the superintendent, the day-to-day good things that are going on. So I think we should consider it, talk about it as a board, but I agree with Tricia, I don't know that we need a committee, because then we really should have meetings and do things. Maybe we should take it up, leave it open for now.
Okay. All right. The SAU Superintendent's Evaluation Committee. I was gonna say, you've been the member for a number of years now.
And we should actually take that off, because that's done by the entire
It
15
is.
people.
Yeah, well, again, annually, we review the superintendent and 15 members of the SAU board through SurveyMonkey get an evaluation, and it's and normally the chair of the SAU board compiles the information, and we talk about it at a meeting and make recommendations based on that. So, yeah, you want to take that off?
Yeah, you don't need it, everybody does it.
Or just write entire board, whatever you want.
I think you can take it off. I think there was a time that there was a representative from each board before I got here. Now we do every member
Okay,
participates.
take it off. I don't disagree, it's not, Ceresc Board of Directors.
We get a recap of the rest.
What's that?
Can we get a recap of what that is about?
Yeah, again, I've never been on the Ceresc Board of Directors, so if you wouldn't mind.
We're a founding communities. That's the Southeast Regional Educational Support. It's Ceresc. And Ceresc deals with professional development. We're a founding community. And it's basically professional development. It's pretty much a self-supporting organization. We built a conference center there that, when the economy is good, supports the entire operation. They operate the Brentwood School, which is a special needs school. But it's mostly a professional development organization. They also provide support services to, in general, like if we needed contracted OT or PT or anything, we can get that through Ceresc. And since we're a founding community, we get it at a discounted price. The Board of Directors meets 4 times a year. There's also an executive committee, and I am chairman of the executive committee of Ceresc. And it's an interesting place to be that's doing some cutting edge things. And it's 4 nights a year. And the Board of Directors meetings are 1 hour. They're always an hour or less. So,
I'd be interested.
All right. Anyone else? Okay. Thank you, Cheryl. Sick leave bank?
I've been on the sick leave bank and I'm willing to stay on the sick leave bank.
All right. Would you like to explain that to the group?
The sick leave bank, get these nice little letters and emails. There's a sick leave bank within the district that employees can request additional days from the sick leave bank if they have an extenuating illness and are out of sick days. They usually provide medical criteria to the chairman of the committee, and she shares the information and we say yes or no. I haven't seen anybody, nobody's been told no yet. And there aren't a lot of requests that are asked.
How many days go into the bank? Is there just a number per year?
Teachers
The
donate.
teachers that contribute, they get their days at the beginning of the year, and then anybody who wants to be part of the sick bank contributes a day to the sick bank, so that then in the future, they can request a day.
I see. Thank you.
Okay, Tricia, you good with that? All right. Staff appreciation, collaborative effort, entire board. more staff appreciation is, obviously,
I think
which
there
we
were-
appreciate them every day.
There were times when extraordinary things are done by the people who work for you. And I think the board as a whole reacts at that time, so rather than having a subcommittee, it's the board that will
Okay,
recognize somebody or bring somebody in or send something out.
yeah, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what that is, all right. Standards Assessment and Reporting Committee.
David, that is very old.
Yeah, that,
like-
you can get rid of, that's
Right.
probably something left over from 10 years ago. Doesn't exist.
Okay. Technology Committee, I can tell you, I was a member, and the meetings that I was able to attend were very informative, but I gotta tell you, man, your hours just kill me. It's a tough one for me, and so I did not do it justice, to be quite honest, because of the, I think it's 4 o'clock,
We had 4 to 5:30.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a tough
How often?
one. That's a monthly,
Those are monthly meetings. Yes.
good. Okay, Tricia?
She said she wanted to run
Yeah.
it.
Or would you,
No, no.
Anyone else? All right.
I'm gonna need to step out for about a half an hour, so I want to apologize to everyone. I have a conflict I need to go and take care of. I am still interested in staying on the high school study committee, and I am currently on assessment, but wouldn't have a problem if someone else picked assessment, and I would mind taking allocation of resources.
Okay.
Assessment is it's, you don't have to attend every meeting, but it's a lot of quantitative stuff that I don't have an education background, so sometimes I think they spend a lot of time trying to bring me up to speed with what they're talking about. And I will be back in a half an hour.
All right. You want to just note it? Okay, we have the alternate to the tech committee.
I was it before, I don't mind continuing, unless anybody else.
Good with that? Transportation.
I'd be interested in that one.
Yeah, you're a brave soul.
Don't tell them what it is.
No,
Let's not get to the-
He's already volunteered.
I was interested.
It's not
Karen?
not very often, but when it does,
Yeah.
It's not a
Yeah,
regular
they-
meeting, it's a,
It's usually just if somebody has an issue with where their bus stop is and I haven't been able to just tell them we're not changing it, then I might have to have a meeting to discuss it, and then we get back to the individual, so it's been pretty calm over the last couple of years. There was a few years ago, it was pretty bad, but, yeah.
And, yeah, I'm interested in that.
all right. No, as Karen said, it's been very quiet the last couple of years.
So that means we do.
No, that means
Yeah.
we've got it down now, that's what it means. Vocational Education Regional Center.
I have no idea why that's there.
Another
I
one
think it
that
says
we're
it's needed because we never,
They used to do lunch at the Manchester School of Technology once a week.
Okay. All right. And again, if there's any discussion on these, please, I try to keep this moving, but if you want to stop and talk. Health Insurance Review Committee.
no
That's
longer needed.
no one.
We changed, that's when we studied carriers, we changed carriers.
So this would be, if and when we need this, we would
Yeah.
look for
Yeah.
board support. Okay.
So we should leave it in as needed.